For its part, the National Rifle Association made its recommendations for school safety today. Chief among them, the NRA says that some school staff should get firearms training and there should be an armed educator in every school. The NRA also says the federal government should fund a program to improve security in our schools. Congress has not passed gun legislation since Sandy Hook. We asked Nancy Cordes to tell us what's likely, and she starts her report with a tragic shooting last night in a key congressman's district.
An 11-year-old boy who was shot in a West Baltimore home last night managed to run 2 blocks to get help. He survived, but the man he was with did not.
This is one of the worst neighborhoods in the city.
Democrat Elijah Cummings has represented Baltimore in the U.S. House for 16 years.
A lot of little kids that I've known since they were like 1 year old will tell me, Mr. Cummings, we can get a gun just as fast as we can get a cigarette.
Cummings has been pushing for longer prison terms for straw purchasers, people with clean records who buy guns, then sell them to criminals. That legislation is gaining steam, but bills to require universal background checks for gun buyers have stalled. That's despite a recent CBS News poll that found 90% of Americans support them. The National Rifle Association, which backed the checks after the 1999 shooting at Columbine High School, is now raising objections. They warn the checks could be used to create a record of gun owners that might someday be used to confiscate guns. After the Sandy Hook shooting, the NRA proposed more armed guards at schools. Today, the NRA recommended that some school personnel be trained to carry weapons too. Asa Hutchinson heads an NRA task force.
If you have the firearm on the presence of someone in the school that can reduce the response time, it will save lives. That is the objective.
Cummings, who lost a nephew to gun violence, says he can feel the urgency to tackle the issue dissipating on Capitol Hill.
At this point, how confident are you that Congress is going to be able to pass meaningful gun violence legislation?
I feel fairly confident that we will pass something. I just don't know how significant it will be.
Senate Democrats had hoped to bring up gun legislation when they return from recess next week, but we learned today they are pushing that off by at least a week as they continue to search for a compromise with Republicans on background checks. Scott.
Nancy, thank you.